Good morning, Hawks. Today is Monday, February 17th, 2025. My name is Emma Campa.
And my name is Sofia Morin. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence.
Thank you. You may now be seated. For today's announcements, we will first look at our attendance. Our attendance daily average for yesterday stands at 91.5%. Let's try to reach 97% and be present every day in school. For our club and sports section, we have the following announcements.
Attention all 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students. Do you like to help others? Do you consider yourself a role model to your peers? Would you like to help make a difference in our community? Come join the HMS chapter of National Junior Honor Society. We will be having an information application meeting this Thursday, the 20th, after school in room 308. We hope to see you there.
There will be an athletic friendship dance on February 27th.
Cheerleaders will be selling glow sticks on sale for $1.
Hawks, there will be cheer tryouts February 17th through the 20th.
There will be tryouts for the dance team in the cafeteria on February 24, 26, and the 27th from 4 to 6 p.m. For more information, please contact Ms. Rodriguez. Please note that there will be no transportation available. Parents must provide transportation. A special thank you to Mr. Pina and his first, second, and third period classes. Hawk artists explore the dynamic style of Jackson Pollock, applying his techniques to create this collaborative masterpiece, Study Number 1. Study Number 1 can be viewed in the library. Thank you, Mr. Pina.
It's important to always be on a dress code on a daily basis. You must be wearing a solid black, gray, or white polo shirt that is tucked in at all times. Only natural hair color is allowed.
On Thursdays, you are allowed to wear college or military shirts. And don't forget to show your Hawk spirit on Fridays. Remember, no hoodies or torn jeans are allowed on campus. We always want to dress for success.
Let's go to Studio 2 with Miss Reese.
Good morning, Hawks. I hope you all are having a wonderful Monday morning. We do want to remind everyone, teachers and students, that we need to make sure we are using our Securely Pass system. Anytime you need to step out of the classroom, whether it is to go to the counselors, the front office, or the restroom, please make sure that you are using the Securely Pass so we are monitoring all students. Teachers, also remember that we do have our Saturday camp this Saturday. Please make sure that you are contacting parents. Students, if your teachers inform you that you must come to Saturday camp, it is mandatory. These sessions are to help you be successful on the upcoming exams and to prepare you for next school year. The building will be open from 8:30 to 12:30 for the Saturday camp. We will be serving breakfast and transportation will be provided for students who normally ride the bus. Please see our bus routes on our webpage. This week, students will be taking the TELPASS test on Tuesday and Wednesday. It is important to do your best on these tests so we can see how much you have grown and how much more we need to support you. Shout out to our ACE program students. They did an amazing job with the esports tournament and the robotics tournament that took place this Friday and Saturday. Just a reminder, Hawks, that cell phones and earbuds must be turned off and out of sight. If it is seen, heard, or being used, it will be picked up and a $15 fee will be charged. Our focus is on your learning, and these devices are huge distractions, so stay focused, students. Don't forget that if you have excessive absences, you and your parents can be taken to court. Don't be one of those students. Even missing one class counts as an absence. So please make sure you are coming to school each and every day, reporting to all of your periods on time. Our campus vision is building resilient achievers as our leaders. We can reach our vision by following our PBIS Hot Core values. Be responsible, be respectful, be safe, and be present. Students, I do want to talk about being present. 91% attendance on Friday is way too low. That's unacceptable. We need to be here every single day, even if it's a half day or an intervention day. Your attendance counts. So please make sure you are here every single day. I also do want to talk a little bit about safety. Make sure to be safe, that you're walking in the halls, keeping your hands, feet, and other objects to yourself. If you drop something, pick it up to avoid trips and falls. And remember to always follow all directions from the adults on campus. Never forget that you are loved here at Horizon Middle School. We are happy that you are here each and every day. Thank you so much for being here. And if someone hasn't told you they love you today, Hawks, I am telling you I love you, and I hope you have an amazing day. Every day, in every way, we are getting better and better, so don't stop reaching for your goals. The decisions you make today affect you tomorrow, so always make those great decisions. Have a great day, Hawks. Now let's go back to Studio One with our anchors.
Good morning, everybody. I hope you all had a restful weekend. So today we're going to continue with our SEL lessons that we have every week. We've been talking about conflict resolution. This is part 2 of conflict resolution. Just a friendly reminder of the things that we've talked about. We've talked about anger management. We've talked about our emotions. Last week was conflict resolution, and today it's also conflict resolution. So it's just to point out that our emotions, our feelings are very important. But most important is how we manage them, how we control them, because sometimes we don't do such a great job. So all of this is helpful hints to help you control and manage your emotions, resolve your conflicts, because everyone has conflict. It is part of life. But it is how we handle it that makes us successful. So what is conflict? It's a serious argument or disagreement, a natural part of life and relationships. Again, we always have conflict. If we're part of a relationship, that could be here at school with our classmates or coworkers, or at home with our families, our parents, our siblings, conflict is a natural part of life. So what is conflict resolution? The process of resolving a conflict. There are 4 proven steps that can be taken to resolve a conflict. So let's go over them. Because remember, like the picture says, we want peace, not war. So, what are the dangers of not properly resolving a conflict? It can damage a relationship. Remember, you'll have animosity or anger or hurt feelings with your friends or loved ones. It could lead to an escalation of conflict. What is an escalation? It gets worse. So what are some things that means it got worse? Arguments, loud shouting, not speaking to one another, no longer being friends, and sometimes even worse. It could be physical fighting, and that's something that you don't want. It could cause stress, and that stress our bodies don't need, because stress can lead to illness. So what are the benefits of learning social skills to resolve conflicts? It can be a learning opportunity. It can improve your social skills, how you get along with others. It can improve your relationships. Sometimes when we don't agree and we solve our problems, that brings people closer, whether it be friends or family, loved ones. You are more likely to be successful in your personal life. That means you know how to get along with others and resolve your conflicts. And in the workplace, there's always going to be conflict, like I said, but if you learn to get along with others and resolve your conflicts, you are going to be the type of person that people want to be around and people will want to work with. So, what are the 4 steps to successful resolving conflicts? Stop and think, redirect, investigate, and find a resolution. So, right now, I'm going to hand it off to Ms. Gutierrez so she can go over those 4 steps to conflict resolution.
Good morning, Hawks, and welcome to Monday. So yes, we're going to proceed with our steps to successfully resolving conflicts. So the first one, is Ms. Gomez pointed out, what is step number 2? Actually, redirect. So arguing will need to be stopped and redirected. So you need to stop and reflect on what's happening when there is a conflict, and then you just need to stop and redirect, and then make sure that you're not arguing anymore. So nothing can be resolved until a conflict is redirected. A productive, useful discussion needs to begin. And sometimes this is very hard because in the beginning, when the argument has happened or words have been shared that are words that can cause a lot of hurt or anger, it's best to just stop and step away. But when you do, be a leader and direct the argument into a fruitful discussion, or negotiate a pause or break in the conflict. Because sometimes, again, you need that time away from each other just to simmer down, settle down, refocus, and then you can come together later to talk about what happened. So stop and think. Notice the conflict. Stop and think. How to react can determine if conflicts become worse. So if you just stay in it, you walk away, but you didn't give each other enough time to calm down, sometimes you come together and then it's just arguing again. So you want to lessen that interaction. Be strong, mature, and act like a leader. And I know it's difficult because you guys are young, but you are old enough that you've been through conflicts before. So be mature and don't let words bother you. Sometimes that's easier said than done. But calm down and don't fall into that conflict trap, which is they may be expecting an angry response. So even if they're angry, just say, I'm sorry, and back away and let them have a little bit of time. But don't answer that anger with anger. How can you redirect an argument? Start out by informing the person in a polite manner that you understand that he or she is upset. And that's the biggest one, acknowledging that maybe you said something, even if it was unintentional, you said or did something that hurt someone else. Suggest to them that it might be best for both of you to sit down to see if you can respectfully figure out the situation together. And if the person declines, it may be best to politely walk away and try again when everyone else is calmer. And I know this is hard to do because sometimes you've got friends, you say something or do something, it offends them, they're angry, you approach them, you try to resolve it and they're just not ready. And then you keep insisting. Don't. Give them some cool off time. Be patient. It may take several attempts and carefully chosen words to redirect a person. Remember, there's no perfect wording to redirecting an upset person. But it is helpful to show you truly want to listen and you're willing to work on repairing the issue. And again, be a leader. Step 3 is you'll need to find out what is really causing the conflict. Because sometimes we say things unintentionally. We do things we don't mean to hurt someone, and we really don't realize that we did. So both sides should have the opportunity to respectfully explain their point of view and how they feel. Be willing to listen without interrupting, and this is a big one. Even for me, sometimes I have to remind myself, just zip it, let that person talk. Because if you interact, then you're letting them know you didn't hear what they had to say. Keep the discussion focused on the real problem and don't go off into a tangent and remembering things they may have done 2 or 3 years ago. It's not relevant to the situation. And don't let the discussion become sidetracked on old issues. And step 4, find a solution. You'll need to work together to find a solution if you're really wanting to work this specific relationship out. Be willing to make some compromises because this is how good agreements are made. Be positive, encouraging. It's infectious. Show leadership when an argument is reached. Shake the person's hand and show them you're thankful and happy that the conflict was resolved. And a lot of this is going to start out by you simply saying you're sorry. Now, when you say you're sorry and you expect that person to say it's okay, sometimes they don't. And that's all right. Remember, you have to give them some time to cool down, but you do need to apologize. What happens if you're not able to resolve a conflict? So sometimes it's just not possible. That person says, you really hurt me. I don't want to talk to you. and they kind of walk away, but you're wanting to resolve the situation. Now, they may have said, I don't want to talk right now. Doesn't mean they don't want to talk later. So if you all can't work it out, that's what counselors are for, teachers are for. That is what law enforcement is for, any of the adults on campus. So seek out that mediation. Community leaders, schools or school counselors, teachers, coaches, families and family and friends and people that you trust to help you come together and work it out to see both points of view. And how can you avoid conflicts? Many conflicts abruptly start and quickly escalate. How you decide to react to a person will often determine if the conflict arises or escalates. This means you have lots of power to avoid conflicts. You can avoid them by controlling your emotions, which is hard to do, but you can do it. You've shown that before. Controlling and being careful with your words, not becoming angry or defensive. And remember that anger feeds anger, while calmness inspires calmness. So if you want them to calm down, you have to remain calm. Often people are looking for a conflict or a reaction. And that's what we do a lot of times. We stir the pot a little. Don't fall for such a trap. If someone's being immature and lacks self-control, don't lower yourself to their level by engaging in a worthless argument or fight. It's not going to get you anywhere. Instead, use your power to manage the situation. Show them you have self-control and discipline. And the person in control of their emotions and words appears mature, strong, and wise. And that's what you want to do. And so some of the tips: control your emotions, keep your cool, stay calm. Calmness is just as contagious as anger, and control your tone of voice. Because if you raise your voice, they're going to raise their voice. Ignore the small things. It is powerful. Use humor, apologize if you've made a mistake and are in the wrong, and be empathetic or say, I'm really sorry that this hurt you. Don't become emotional. Don't threaten. Don't get defensive. Don't yell. Don't argue about your feelings. Don't judge or criticize or use put-down words. Don't taunt or tease. And don't be afraid to walk away if you have to. So now back to that's the end of our SEL lesson for today. So thank you. And now back to our anchors in Studio One. Hawks, have a great day.
Thank you, Ms. Gutierrez, Ms. Gomez, and Ms. Reese.
Teachers, remember to follow the 5-step plan. Please check the students for dress code. That's all for today. Have a great day, Hawks.